2014 was the year of comic book news and TV and movies. We had The Flash come out. We had Guardians of the Galaxy, Winter Soldier, Days of Future Past. We also had the Batman v Superman tease and Amazing Spider-Man 2, but we don't talk about that one.
Mm,
And then everyone was wondering what was going on with the Avengers the next year.
yeah,
And then we saw the movie.
people were just wondering what was going up with Marvel. Their success with Guardians was, really big, and they brought back a lot of people who wanted to see these movies. But they were in a
Exactly.
tight spot because they had to hold on from that hype from Guardians and continue it.
Exactly. So, welcome back to the regular podcast. It's anything but. We return with episode 11, Avengers: Age of Ultron. Why do people hate this movie?
I don't know. It's so sad when you just want to watch a review and you see just the worst Marvel movie, and it's usually 9 out of 10 times Age of Ultron is always in the bottom five
Yeah, and
for
then
no reason.
and the thing with that is I gotta be blunt, dude. People piss me off, man. And the only reason why I say that is because what did you guys expect? You guys expect this was gonna be like the
Yeah.
darkest Marvel movie ever?
People
Like we had
people
yeah,
build
keep going.
up these expectations in their mind that every movie has to be something different, innovative. And that's just not
Exactly.
possible.
It,
Not every
it
movie
has
is
to
gonna be an Avengers level of goodness.
yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, I don't really know what other people think, but in my thought, I believe that this is probably everyone else's least favorite Avengers movie.
It is.
So that's probably most of the reason. If it's the odd one out of a bunch of good movies, then it's got to be bad, right?
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, when this movie came out, a lot of people were loving it. But just like Force Awakens came out the same year.
Mm.
Everyone was loving that movie when Force Awakens came out. Even years down the line, everyone was still loving that movie. And just all of a sudden, 2018 to now, people just been hating on these movies.
Because they want to be popular. A lot of people will just hate on something to be cool and popular. Then one person does it, they get attention. Then more and more people just start piling on.
Exactly. I've been looking at Age of Ultron and I saw all the problems with it. Yeah, I see the problems too. But the thing is, it's a fun sequel, dude.
There aren't that many problems.
Is that what there are some story problems.
Yes, there are
There's
some.
sometimes there are some villain problems,
There are
but
some things
at the
I
same
feel like
time,
they could
Ultron is
have
a
done
good villain.
without. But this is
Yeah,
honestly one of the best Marvel movies and best Avengers movies too.
this is this is top 10 movies for me. If I'm gonna have to put one movie that I really love at at the bottom, like below this movie, then I'm gonna have to because this movie has to be a top 10.
Just this movie, like, if you just watch it, ignore all the criticism and hate it gets, it's really fun. But a lot of people, like, they watch this movie, but before they watch it, they watch all these negative reviews and hear all these people talking trash, and that automatically puts them in the mindset of, oh, this movie's bad, I shouldn't expect anything. And that's a
Exactly.
really
And it,
toxic mindset because this is a very good movie.
and the thing is like when you go into Thor: The Dark World, when we watched Thor: Dark World a couple weeks back, we were expecting that movie to be trash,
Exactly.
and then it turned out to be really enjoyable.
But because we went
So
in
then
with an
we go
open
inside of
mind.
this movie.
We had
Exactly.
expectations low, but our minds were able to like accept the possibility that maybe it could be good. A lot of people don't do that for Ultron, and it's really unfair.
And just like how David said, like this is some of people's worst Avengers movies. It's mine too. I think Avengers movies
I
are
do not
better
think
than
so.
this one.
I think this is better than the first Avenger, but obviously nothing can top Endgame and Infinity War. But I think I would
No.
rather watch this movie than the first Avenger.
Yeah, I can agree with you on that one.
And
But I just think on quality level of the first Avengers is better.
I disagree, but I respect
Which
that.
had a bigger budget.
This one. This
This
one had
one,
a bigger budget than Infinity War.
I mean, they did look great.
mm,
Yeah, but
a lot of
Definitely
people
used the
have
CGI
their
they
right.
a lot of people don't
it,
like this movie because it's directed by Joss Whedon, and yeah, I know he's like very trashy for stuff he did. But if you ignore that,
for now
he
he is.
did.
When this movie came out, nobody thought about trashing Joss Whedon. It wasn't until the Snyder Cut thing happened in Ray, like a couple weeks back, that's when they started this Joss Whedon thing.
All that Joss Whedon stuff happened like last year, dude. But This movie
They
is
did.
really good. I think
Mm.
Joss Whedon did do a good job with this movie.
Yeah, and the thing was, it was Kevin Feige. I know a lot of people love Kevin Feige. This might like ruffle your feathers, but this was Kevin Feige, dude. He was putting too much into this movie. He dipped his hands too much into this movie. He wanted to make a Civil War prequel. He wanted to set up for Infinity War. He wanted to do all these
A
different
lot of
stuff,
people
and
have that problem that the movie sets up too much. It's like
yeah,
that's what this movie is. I think that's what this movie is supposed to do. I know you'll
yeah,
disagree
it's
with
the
me on
middle
this, but
chapter. It's
I
the middle
think
chapter.
this is our opening into Phase 3, because this is when Infinity Stones, cosmic stuff, space, and just a lot of the stuff that is
I mean,
in the
into
rest of
phase 2.
Phase 3 begins in this movie, and
Hmm.
I think it sets really the shape. Like this movie is supposed to set up. That's what cinematic universes do. Movies are supposed to set each other up, and I don't get when people complain that, oh, this movie was set up for so much other stuff. I was like,
Hmm.
that's
I mean, I think
ah,
that's pretty much the point of Avengers, to set up,
The
make
next
more
movie after,
storylines.
yeah,
Because the first Avengers, it set up a whole bunch of plot points and a whole bunch of things they could do.
with these
Um,
characters.
I know they're not connected, but it set up the Netflix shows definitely.
no, it
Um,
didn't. Why do you? How?
Age of
How?
Ultron did not set up the
no,
Netflix
I'm
shows.
talking about I'm
No,
talking
he's
about
talking about the
Avengers
first
one.
Avengers. Yeah,
Talking
he's
about
talking
First
about the
Avengers
first
one.
Avengers did not set up the
Look,
Netflix
Jonathan,
show just
just
because they had
stop.
a reference. I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say they talked about the incident in New York.
But
No,
it
that
still
is not
set it up.
setting up. That is an Easter
It
egg.
still set it up.
Did not set it up. You hold on to
Set it
this.
up.
Oh, God, whatever.
But they did set up a lot of character arcs in here, though.
Yeah, characters.
Yeah, but it set up a lot of things. Of course, this 100% set up WandaVision, even though it's so far away from each other.
I think
Well,
I enjoy all the characters better in this movie than Avengers.
uh,
Definitely 100%.
yeah, because they're more relaxed now. They've been around each other for a
Yeah,
long
this is
time.
really only the movie where you see that. There's just a lot of
That
quiet and
team
somber moments.
aspect is that
Yeah,
like that team aspect. That's one of the things that I love about this movie. Just seeing them joke around and
yeah,
have
just
fun
have
while stopping
parties,
crime.
have
That's
parties, hanging out at a farm. Like it makes the
like
Avengers seem like real
imagine,
people.
dude.
Even Thor.
Like I wanted to see this in the theater, dude, so bad because everyone was talking about, bro, this is like the best Avengers movie. Even my friend was like that. He was like, bro, this is the best Avengers movie.
In this movie,
And
they
I
really
just
feel
wanted to
like a
see it.
team. No, we know all these characters from all their movies leading up to it, and that you can just really see how much they've come from Avengers to Age of Ultron. And,
Exactly.
I
Like they're
love that
using
moment so
tag
much.
team moves and
Exactly. There's so
oh
many
my
team up
god.
moves in this, in more than any other Marvel film.
Like that honestly makes me cry, bro. Like when Cap like kicks his when Cap kicks his shield up into the air and Thor throws it or
Or
something
when
like that. He hits
Hawkeye
it.
grabs the shield, hits an Ultron bot, and throws it to Cap, where he does like a
Yeah.
spinning mid-air catch. And then you have the iconic Thor and Captain America shield combo.
Yeah,
God,
like
this
that.
is like,
How could you hate this
how
movie?
can how can
Like, I
if
can
you
see
hate
how,
this
but
movie, you're wrong. You're just wrong. Like this
whoa,
movie
whoa,
is
whoa, whoa, whoa,
so
whoa,
much
whoa,
better.
whoa.
No, no, whoa.
Putting a
You're
little bit too
wrong
much
if you
dip on your
hate this
chip.
movie. If you hate this movie, your opinion has
If
no
you
more value. No,
if
I'm
if
just
you
fucking.
think this movie is bottom, yeah, if you think
Tier,
this movie
watch
is
it
bottom
again.
20,
Watch
yeah.
it again. Chances are it'll prove you wrong. Because
Like, we know it has Hulk in it, but
Because
it's unrelated.
what? What are you
This
talking about?
movie is unrelated to Hulk.
what? He's
Because
an entire
Hulk
like
is
love.
trash.
Oh, the movie?
What does that got to do with anything?
Yeah, that's kind of.
Putting a little bit too
Put.
much dip on your chip, Davis.
You know,
But
you did watch the movie, right?
Yeah.
All right, I just want to make sure. Make sure you
but I
didn't fall
mean, if you
asleep.
think about it, bro,
I was watching
what?
Infinity War the whole
What
time.
were you about to say, sir?
Kick
Think
him.
about what? Think about who now?
If you think about it, dude, if Age of Ultron is actually responsible for
Exactly.
for Infinity War and
And
Endgame.
it's responsible for and Civil War.
Yeah.
Because this movie really did kind of start that spark of disagreement between Tony and Cap. And then, of course,
Then it
all
also
the
just open
Infinity
up the
Stone
world
force.
to new places.
Yeah, that's
Like
what that's
South Africa and Wakanda, you got You
Yeah,
know,
South
let them
Africa, South
Black
Africa. You
Panther.
got Korea. You have like Sokovia, which is I don't know where that like takes place. I don't know where like
Russia. I think it's
yeah, I think
Russia
it's
or
like
something.
in
It's
the
like a Russian country.
Russian town. Is
But
Sokovia a country? Yeah, I think it's a country.
yeah, that yeah, I think the story is kind of jumbled though. I see
Yeah, there's
why
a
a lot
lot
of
of
people hate that.
parts that I feel like it kind of like shouldn't be there or last too
And
long.
but if you think about it, the story is actually straightforward throughout the entire movie. Like I know a lot of people think that the story is jumbled, but
It is at
it's pretty
times.
state.
There's times when you're like, okay, do we really need to be here, like with the farm? Like, yes, there's a reason
It's a
for
lot
them
of
to be
weird
at the
I
cuts.
farm.
liked the farm.
There's a reason for them to
Yeah,
be
it
at the
was
Because
a
the
great
farm,
farm
scene.
but
helped.
I feel like it lasts
Because you know
It did.
too
Hawkeye
long.
has a pretty big part in this movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, the story is
yeah. Keep
clear.
on
Like,
going,
and
Jonathan.
Ultron, Ultron is like a very I don't know the word for it. Literate? I don't know what the word.
Articulate,
Yeah, probably articulate is the word,
articulate.
but every word he says is like a line that you can use in an essay.
Yeah, it just
Knowledgeable.
sound.
He
Yeah, it
speaks in
just sounds so
metaphors.
smart.
And I think it's weird because he's a robot, but he's so human too. And a lot of the times you can see him switching between, from the lonely AI to like psychopathic killer who just wants to
Yeah,
rid the world
menace and
clean.
stuff.
And I like that. I like the story in this movie. I think it's very well told because it is like the kind of I forgot which movie compared to, but this movie is like very comic book like.
Yeah, because everybody's together in this movie. The story brings everyone together,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just amazing stuff.
Yeah.
And oh man, like I say this time and time again, if I would have saw this movie in theaters, because when this movie came out, I saw Inside Out, I saw Home, I saw Jurassic World, I saw Ted 2, I saw Minions. I
Mm-hmm.
never get to. I never got to saw. I never got to see Age of Ultron.
Dang, that
It was
sucks.
just
That sucks.
one of those movies that I just couldn't catch because my mom just didn't take me to go see
And the
it.
story, I think it does a good job of giving each Avenger their own personal small arc, which we'll get that in the hero arc. But I like how
Yeah,
Scarlet Witch really breaks down the team. Like she
yeah.
tears the team down, and that really
She's
messes with them.
responsible. She's responsible for the feud between Tony
Yeah,
and
she pretty
Steve.
much is alone because, and she's directly responsible for Ultron because she
Yeah,
caused Tony to have that now fear that he keeps with him all the way into Endgame.
and
Of,
she's responsible for the Sokovia Accords and Civil War, but we'll get to that.
yeah,
So, but I just wanted to point that out, though.
yeah. I think a lot of people hate on this story because they watch Endgame and Infinity War and they want every movie to be like Endgame and Infinity War.
Or just the Avengers. I'm like, every movie is not gonna be
And
like
if every
those
movie is
movies.
like that,
The first two Avengers are like the definitive Avengers. What the Avengers are supposed to
Oh
be.
my Christ! Oh my God!
What?
Nothing. Nothing.
What?
Nothing. Keep going. We were just thinking of something we talked about. Keep going.
Yeah, go ahead, go
Go
ahead, go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead.
Why? Is it because I always say something is the definitive of
No,
something
no.
else?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Nah,
Go ahead. It's an inside joke. You got to be in the know to know.
nah, he sent me something, dude.
All right. What were you talking about?
Oh man,
Never mind.
He's-
Never mind. Never mind.
All right,
It's all
fine.
good.
Okay,
all
as
good.
we were talking,
All good.
Scarlet Witch is responsible for a lot of the things that happen in this movie. She's responsible. She's
yeah.
pretty much responsible for Ultron. She's responsible for, I guess you could say, in the long run, responsible for Civil War, because she does kind
But
of.
if you think about it, she's actually responsible for them finding out Ultron's plan.
Yeah, because
Think about it.
if
She was
they did
she
change
was
sides.
responsible for she was responsible for helping Quicksilver change sides.
Yeah, and
So
if she didn't betray Ultron, like I don't think they would have won because they wouldn't have known about his plan.
exactly. And they wouldn't have been able to they wouldn't have been able to know where he was doing his little stuff at.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of the word. His scheme.
Yeah,
That.
his little evil planetary devastation jutsu.
Yeah, but I mean, while we're on the topic of Ultron,
Yeah.
you guys want to get into the villain arc?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say.
Yeah, he's on the same lines as
Thanos?
Blonsky and Monger,
What?
and he's also on the same lines
Oh.
as Ronin.
Is
It's
that
kind of
is that in a good
very
way? Nah.
No.
What? No.
I say he's a lot
No.
more.
Here,
He's a lot
I'm gonna let you
different
finish
compared to
first. I'm
them.
gonna let you finish
Yeah,
first. All right, go ahead
I
and
know.
finish.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
This I'm gonna tell you guys right now. I'm sorry for the villain arc in Guardians of the Galaxy, the Ronin thing. I do think that Ronin is not a good villain, but I do think he has a great arc because he is a true believer in what he's doing.
Yeah.
And Ultron is a true believer also. I think Ultron is on the same lines of Monger and Whiplash and Blonsky and even Ronin.
Yeah.
Like Ronin is listen, I'm gonna tell you guys right now. I think Ronin has a great character arc. I just did not like his character in
Yeah, that's
Guardians
respectful. That's acceptable. But
because he is a true believer of what he's doing. He believes in that fully, and I think that's one of the things that make Ultron so good is because he wants peace. He's a true believer in that, and that's his goal. One way or another, he's going to achieve
I
peace.
think
And
Ultron is one of the best villains in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and with only
yeah,
one movie, he's on levels with Loki and Thanos. Like I don't know why,
Killmonger,
but he's so menacing. Like he's
and
always talking in like platitudes. Oh my god, so
and
great.
like And like the thing is, bro, when people watch the trailer, you think he's gonna be like this dark villain. He's gonna kill
Mm-hmm.
everybody.
He's
What do
not
you guys expect? It's Disney.
exactly right after Guardians
Listen,
of the Galaxy. Come on, think,
and then and then
think.
this is the thing, bro. When this movie was coming out, what we were in fourth or fifth grade or something like that.
Around had to
Yeah,
been around.
yeah. The last month of fourth grade. This was the thing. In every Disney Channel commercial, they always showed a teaser of Age of Ultron, and I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was so hyped for that movie. They used to watch Disney Channel, so it was the Age of Ultron teaser.
I know.
And
And the thing is,
so, what did you guys expect?
yeah, like Ultron, like they wouldn't what they wouldn't have made sense. They just dropped a super serious villain right after Guardians, and I like how Ultron is funny.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because he's just like us. He's a human.
Yeah,
He just has this
he's just
robotic
he's an
body.
artificial intelligence like with a human
Yeah,
side. And it's funny because he's like cracking jokes that like Tony would make, and it makes sense since
and that's how
Tony's the
you
one that
relate.
created him.
Exactly, and that's how you relate to a villain like this. If you have just a menacing robotic villain, you can't relate to that as much
Yeah, but if you can
because
make
of the
us
fact that
relate
he's
to the villain, I think that makes a good villain. Like Loki, you can relate to Loki, and even Thanos for being the Mad Titan, you can relate to Thanos because
yeah,
like I said, he believes what he's doing is right.
exactly. He's a true believer of what he's doing. He's going to accomplish that goal
Yeah, and
one way or
that's
another.
exactly what Ultron is really all about. I
And that's what I kind of learned with Ronin and Ultron together. Like they're two sides of a coin. Like,
yeah,
well, they're basically the same
the
villain, but
people that
very
hate this
different.
movie, like you said, they want every villain to be a Thanos or a Loki, and
Exactly. Like
they can't do
they
that.
wanted this villain in this movie to be so dark, so hard hitting. They wanted people to die. I'm like,
MCU is
dude,
not
what did
ready
y'all
for that at
expect?
this point.
Exactly.
Like
The whole hold up, y'all. Like we got some
just
more stuff. Like
yes,
don't leave yet.
wait
But
till
like
Civil War. Wait till Civil War, then you can get all your dark and
exactly.
gritty stuff out.
And this was the thing. This was gonna be RDJ's last movie anyway.
Mm.
So this was gonna be his last movie. And then while they were filming this movie, they were in talks to get him back for Civil War. So
Thank God
he
they did.
extended his contract for Civil War to Endgame.
Thankfully.
Actually, to Infinity War. My bad. He extended his contract from Civil War to Infinity War,
And then what
and then he
extended
extended
again
it
for
to
Ant-Man
Endgame.
and Far From
Yeah,
Home. Wait, no, he wasn't in
yeah.
Far From Home. I'm stupid.
He was in Homecoming. Yeah,
Ah, I
because
don't
he
get
didn't have any movies in that
people
time
are way
period.
too hard on Ultron. Like, he's not supposed
Yeah,
to be
in this movie,
Thanos. People, Ultron is such a good villain. Like don't be blinded by
Ultron
hate.
is the one. Well, no, not Ultron. My bad. I'm tripping. Yeah, go ahead. My bad.
No,
Sorry.
dude, Ultron, like he's the first character like to directly hold an Infinity Stone in his hand. That's a villain, not like a
Exactly.
character. Like Loki held the Tesseract, but that's not really an Infinity Stone. Ultron straight up held the Mind Stone in his hand. God, man, people hate it on, but as we said earlier, I told you, I said we'd get into it, but I like how every Avenger has their own personal arc in this movie, and it's
Yes.
all based around Wanda.
Yeah.
But the one thing that
Their fears,
the
their
one arc that
regrets.
does really come out of nowhere is the Black Widow and Hulk arc, their love story.
I mean, it's good that it's there.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's good to have a little romance inside of the team.
It
I
makes
always love to
sense.
see
It
stuff
makes
like that,
sense
though.
for them to fall in love. Those
If
Yeah.
it wasn't really, if it wasn't there, then I don't think Hulk would have had much of an arc for the entire movie, other than him bashing around
No,
and fighting Hulkbuster.
no. I think the Hulkbuster scene, it has meaning
yeah, it does.
because it's this
But
time. It's the time where like he really goes full on Hulk.
and
This is the
I feel like really Joss only had them love just so he could have the scene where Bruce falls onto Natasha's breast. That's just me, but I think if they wanted to truly do a love story with them, they would have set it up in Avengers.
I don't think it would have worked.
I think so. It would have worked.
because I mean they already had a little connection in the Avengers, but not
Yeah.
like a
In
romantic.
this movie,
thing.
they
It
go
was just
from
like
they go
small.
from light flirting to straight up wanting to just take showers together, and like you're kind of like,
Exactly.
whoa.
I need that type of man. Man,
It is what it is.
yo, I'm imagining it.
Don't
Uh,
but
no, like
It
Tony,
should have
like
started off platonic, honestly.
that's pretty much how it was in Avengers.
Yeah.
I do
yeah,
like how this movie also sets up the arc between Cap and Tony. Like you can
yeah,
see Cap, like if he really is still a man out of time.
exactly. And then he's also coming fresh off of not Infinity War, Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
But
he's learned he can't
I
trust
think
his
I should
government.
save that arc. Yeah, but I think I should save that arc for Civil War. My
Probably.
bad.
And then
But
you have Tony.
yeah,
Tony's arc, like this is an arc that carries him all the way to his death.
exactly. Like his fear.
He's so
His
paranoid
fear of
of
Thanos coming.
and like him not being able to do enough to save his friends.
And you know one of the things that I really hate though,
Hmm.
in every little description of the movie, it always says Tony Stark tries to jumpstart a better future and like he creates a menacing villain or something like that.
Mhm.
It's along those lines. If you guys think about it, Thor was inputted into that too. Thor was into it. Bruce was
Banner
into it. Everybody was into it. Exactly.
and Hawkeye.
Everyone.
Hawkeye allowed it, but I don't think he really
Yeah.
cared.
Yeah, because Hawkeye was injured, so he really didn't allow it. I think Black Widow was caring for Hawkeye, but Cap is the leader. He should have been there
Yeah, Cap
to
should have
say,
shut
"Hey,
it down.
no." But they want to blame everything on Tony, and it's just not the case. Like Steve is the leader. He's supposed to be the one that's supposed to put his foot down.
Yeah.
Bruce is the one that helped him. It wasn't just Tony who did this.
Yeah, but
Everyone
I
had a
think they
part
do
to
it because
play.
a lot of people just like
Yeah.
relate with Tony. But one
Yeah,
character's
because
arc
Tony
I
is like
love
the main
best
character.
in this movie is Hawkeye.
Hawkeye,
Oh,
yes.
Hawkeye is so good
Joss
in this
fought
movie,
for that, dude.
and it's really like
Joss-
what he deserved. Everyone made fun of him in Avengers and Thor for just being the arrow guy. Even I'm pretty sure Ant-Man calls
Actually,
him that
people
in
thought
Civil
he
War.
was pretty. Actually, people thought that he was pretty cool in Thor
I
because he was just a
I remember
tease.
all the
But in
freaking
Avengers,
jokes
he
about
was.
him being like
Yeah,
he was the
got
Aquaman of the
clowned in
team.
Avengers.
He was the Aquaman of the team before they made Aquaman cool.
I feel like
Yeah,
they did him right by giving him such a great arc in this movie.
In this movie,
course.
they made him the everyman. Like Hawkeye is the character that you can relate to the most because he's
he's
really
the
just a
soul
normal
of.
dude.
He's the soul of the team.
He's just a normal dude.
Well, no, he's not. He's
Yes,
the
he is.
he's the reality stone of the team. He's the only one grounded in reality.
Yeah,
I feel like.
Natasha, she's like she calls herself
She's
a
the
monster.
soul. Yeah, but she's the soul of the team. Bruce
Mm.
is the strength. Tony is the mind. Yeah, all
What's
that.
Cap? Time.
Cap is the time. Thor is the space. So
Yeah, but I'm
everybody
so glad
has their
that they
own
did Hawkeye
specialized time
justice in
zone.
this movie because it really
Yeah.
sucked. Because before this, people would just consider him as a joke. I was like, nah, he's
And-
pretty cool.
And like whatever y'all say about Joss, dude, Joss had to fight for that barn scene. Kevin Feige wanted to cut that scene out of the movie, but Joss had to fight for that scene. So instead, he had to cut out a lot of different scenes with action in it,
Yeah,
just
you
so
know,
they can have that
Joss,
one
Joss,
intimate
you are a
scene.
very trashy human, but I will give you props for making Hawkeye cool. You did
And-
make Hawkeye cool.
And the first two Avengers movies, like these were just like the most
no.
fun times watching these movies, man.
First one, maybe.
Ooh,
The first one is goated. The first one
okay,
is
yeah,
goated.
It is. You are. Also, Bruce. I think he's pretty.
Yeah,
he's really like. I feel like he's way too hard on himself.
Yeah, but if you think about it, it makes sense after what happened in Africa, though.
Yeah, he
Alright.
most likely definitely killed a bunch of people.
I wanted to ask if we could add another part to this. If we could see out of all the movies, how fun was it to watch this movie together? How fun was this movie compared to other ones?
Oh man, I don't even know. It's either this one or First Avenger.
I think it was really fun watching the fight scenes in this movie. The fight scenes were amazing.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
were good. But
they were all right.
that kind of segues
For
us
them to
into
go over budget,
our third
but for
act.
them to go over budget and still have some of the CGI a little wonky.
Mm-hmm. The CGI is wonky in the earlier parts, but it is quickly cut from, so you don't pay much attention to it.
They
Yeah,
spent
that
all
is
the
good.
money on that third act.
But,
all right. So before we get into Cap, let's get into Thor. Thor has no arc.
Thor.
He takes a dip. He takes a dip
really
in the
is.
hot tub.
Yeah, he gets in the jacuzzi for a little bit. He's gone for the entire second
Yep.
act, and then he pops back in. No, there really
But,
isn't much to say about Thor.
But for Cap, though, oh man, how dumb is Cap, dude? Several times in this movie, he tries to choke a robot. It's crazy.
Oh, he really does.
He tries to choke a robot so many times in this movie. Bro, they make Cap so dumb in these Avengers movies.
How a lot of them just normal characters like Hawkeye can just uppercut robots. Aren't they
Exactly,
made of vibranium? Or at least Ultron is.
Yeah, they are. No, they are.
I don't
All
think
of them
they're
are made
all
out of vibranium.
Well, dang,
Well,
that's
no.
kind of. I don't
'Cause
know.
how
I feel
can
like Hawkeye should have a couple of broken fingers.
Yeah.
What'd you think of that third act, though?
Man. Oh man, so good.
thought that
Seeing
was
that
fire.
circle shot,
I
bro.
think
Seeing that
way better
that
than the
circle
first
shot,
Avengers.
dude.
Than the first
Nah,
Avengers.
no.
I don't like
Mm-mm.
people consider the first one to be iconic. This
It's
is
iconic
cool.
because it was the first time they all came together. This one is just like them
This one is cool.
again
You can
with just
see
more characters.
all of them, and then even the new
And
characters just
for-
fighting, just defending. It's just
Yep,
tower defense.
But the thing is though, with the first Avengers, they're all around the city. They're talking on their headsets. Iron Man is through the skies. Thor, everybody's doing something instead of just punching and kicking.
But I like
Bro,
I like it in this movie.
I feel like the slow-mo circle cut, circle thing, whatever you want to call it, it could
In
have
the
been a
first
one
one?
shot. Yeah, no, in the second one. And
Oh,
in the
this
third
one.
act, it would have been way better if it was just one shot, but they cut off a little bit, which kind of
Yeah,
sucked.
I
mean-
like the cuts
I mean-
because it shows off each person's individual skill, and that's why I like
Yeah,
this one better.
I know. I
But-
feel like they could have done it in just one shot though, made it look better.
I think the beginning when it was no music, no sound effects, just them punching the things like grunts and then the little
Mhm.
flying, the
Then the
robots
music
flying around.
builds up.
Yeah, exactly. Just seeing that silence and nothing else but just their grunts, it's just
That's
amazing
why I
stuff.
think this one is way more epic than the first one. Because seeing everyone, they're just fighting. They're
I-
all side
and-
to side, working
In
together.
scale, in scale, Avengers is the best for me. I think Avengers is number 2. We all know what the number 1 final battle is, but we're not going to say that.
Yeah, for a while, we're not gonna be able to
Yeah,
talk
we're
about.
not going to say
But the
that.
third act in this movie, I think it's very. You get I'm pretty sure you said this in the movie. The action is where it is, but there's also
Exactly.
a lot of stuff going on. It's not
And,
bundled with too many cuts. There's just enough cuts
Exactly.
and just enough shaky cam where it needs to be. You can see.
I love how Ultron and Iron Man are just clashing together, or Vision and Ultron are clashing together. They're punching each other into walls, but
Mhm.
you could still see the action. I like
Yeah,
that type of stuff.
Everyone has
It
their own
looks so
battle.
dynamic.
You have Hawkeye and Wanda, they're fighting. You have Rhodey and Iron Man taking out bots flying above. You have Cap and Thor
Exactly.
saving people on the bridge. But I like how
I
it's all
believe
clear and
Falcon
concise.
should have been there with Rhodey, so
Yeah.
then we could just build up that little friendship between
Mhm.
2 black guys. That could have been cool.
Just a
But,
little bit of diversity.
And I also wish they could have kept in the deleted scene for Tony and Rhodey. That would have been so cool.
But I like how
I don't
all
even know
their
where that
action,
scene at.
they're all spread out, but then they all collide into the middle. And
Yeah,
then you
exactly.
get that awesome circle shot. And a lot of third acts in other Marvel movies, sometimes it's hard to know what's going on.
Yeah.
The layout is hard to understand, or you don't know who's
Or
winning.
sometimes, or sometimes it's just a hero versus a bigger, badder version of
Yeah.
themselves. The same suit, but
Mhm.
just a different color or something
This
like
one
that.
is unique though.
Yeah.
They could tell it's very
Just-
stressful because they have a limit.
And you guys remember in Iron Man 2 when I said I'm just an old-fashioned guy?
Mhm.
Listen, in this one, I'm an old-fashioned guy too. these guys fighting robots.
Yeah,
I
just
love that,
some
bro.
just
I
bunch of
love that type of
superpowered
stuff.
dudes punching
Seeing
superpowered
Staying
robots.
true to the
I'm
comics.
happy.
Staying true to the
seeing
comics.
seeing Cap try to snap a robot's neck,
Hmm.
bro,
And there's
so
so many
good.
It's like
team up moves in
brutal
this third
robot
act.
killing,
Like this
bro.
third act is
Exactly.
just like, they're all just like working off of each other. Everyone's just like has their own combination of attacks, and I just love
Exactly.
that
And
about this movie.
bro, and shout out to Joss. Like, I know I keep on bringing him up, but shout out to Joss for like doing the team ups between Thor and Cap during this final
Yeah,
battle. Like,
like,
Cap, bro, Cap with his shield and handing it off to people.
hmm
That's one of the best team ups, dude.
yeah, and
They have
you know how we
the
feel about
best
Joss,
team up
but
moves
he did like introduce a bunch of these team up moves.
that we never see
Like
again in our
Thor,
life.
you have
We
Thor
will
and Cap,
we will
Black
never
Widow
see
and
stuff like
Cap,
this again.
Hawkeye and Scarlet Witch. Everyone's just teaming up with someone here. It's
Exactly, and that's one of the things I really like about the Lego game. Sorry for getting off topic, but like
no, that's fine. I
just
was about to
seeing
make
them,
some
just
sense.
seeing the team up, yeah, seeing the team up moves in the Lego games is kind of
Yeah,
cool.
because
But
it makes them
back
feel
on
like
topic.
a team. These team up
Exactly.
moves make them feel like a team. Like a lot of the movies, yes, they do feel like a team, but you don't really see them have that same level of bond that they do in this movie. That's one of the
Yeah,
things I
like
do give praise for.
just that callback to the first Avengers when Thor is hitting the shield with his hammer,
I
and they
know.
use that as a tag team move. But like I said before, Cap kicks up his shield and Thor
Thor
hits
hits it
it,
like a baseball
or
bat,
like,
and it like
or
ricochets like 8 robots.
exactly, and then Cap like just he holds a robot by the neck of his shield, and then
Mhm.
Thor comes by, hits the head off, and then Cap just
It's-
turns around and
Then
throws
you
his
have
shield again.
Natasha. She's beating up robots with the shield, throws it to Cap.
Exactly. Hawkeye throws the Cap. Just awesome stuff,
This
dude.
third
Like, I
act is
love this
really
movie.
good. Like it's is one of the best ones out of all the movies we've seen up to here.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
there's not
yeah,
a
it's
lot
one
of
of the best ones. My
there's not
bad.
a
I'm
lot
sorry.
of times in this where I'm like, okay, this is going on too long because it always
Yeah.
keeps you pulled in, switching to one hero. Like, oh, you're just starting to get tired of Cap and Thor. Well, here's Iron Man, Vision, and Rhodey.
Yeah. Everybody has their own different moments in this movie, but
Hmm.
they're all together.
Yes, and I think this
Like
movie does it better than
they're in the
everyone.
same place.
I know, but it all
It's just
leads back
great
and
stuff,
links
dude.
together. Very good, very good.
All right, let's move into best moments.
Best moments. Jeez, there's so many best moments.
You guys can go
There's
first.
so
Well, matter
many
of fact, no,
beautiful.
I want to go first.
Okay,
The boob
okay.
sequence.
Which one? Wait,
What?
what'd you just say?
The boob sequence.
Oh my god.
I,
I
I
did
Oh
think the
my
not
boob
god,
agree.
bro.
sequence.
No, no, be for
All the
real.
slow mo moments.
I think the boob sequence was actually a very unique piece of cinema.
Shut up. Shut up.
Martin Scorsese,
I think it's Martin
bro.
Scorsese.
Martin
I
Scorsese.
liked that we started off with major action and the slow mo scene. I love that.
Exactly. And the thing is, you don't even need to know what's going on.
I'd
Like, it's just the
say
Them beating
Avengers
up
teaming
people.
up on Hydra, and that's all you need to know.
one
Like,
of
they
my
just went to
best
go get the
moments
scepter.
is I like all those like really quick slow-mo scenes of Quicksilver. I love Quicksilver in this movie. But I also like,
Yeah, that's
as you
enough out
said,
of
the
you,
best
Davis.
moments. Excuse me? Nah, but I think a lot of the best moments are all the team ups. The team up attacks are some of the greatest moments in this film because you're always wondering, because like I feel like that's like everyone used to be like you'd have toys of Avengers and you'd be like, all right, how are
Exactly.
they gonna team up with this? And just
Like,
seeing that brought to life, that's honestly makes it worthy of the best moment.
yeah, it's like they're playing, like it's like the executives are playing with their action figures and they're just clashing the robots and the heroes together.
I know, like you're
Like,
just
that's
making a
that's
bunch of
good
weird
stuff.
team ups that you would come up with in your head when you're just like making the Avengers
Exactly.
battle each other. So beautiful. God.
All right, Davis.
Yeah, just most of the slow mo scenes. I remember when I saw them in theaters.
Yeah, me too.
I
I
love
like
those.
this.
Wow, Stanley. Wow. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. My bad.
Oh,
Yeah,
actually,
go ahead.
one more thing.
Yeah.
Dude, I loved it when Daredevil came out of nowhere, bro. He was killing all the robots. You remember that?
Take his perms.
Yeah, that was crazy.
But-
Luke Cage
Yo,
was
I forgot to laugh, man.
class.
I'm sorry. My bad. All right, but
It was
so what do you think of the
amazing,
soundtrack?
I think I'm
I didn't even say my best moment.
I don't care.
You don't get a
give your
best
best
moments.
But no, I think the party sequence,
Yeah, that is
when
a
they were
good
trying
one.
to pick up the hammer. The
Oh yeah, that
it's
was
just
interesting.
it's just so brightly lit. Every scene in the Avengers Tower is brightly
And it's so
lit.
cheerful
You can
too.
see everything. It's handheld camera, so you feel that raw and personal, deep connection to them. Just
Hmm.
amazing stuff, dude.
It
Bro,
is good.
Daredevil came out of nowhere, picked up that hammer.
All right, but what do you think of the soundtrack now that everyone's got their best moment out of the way?
Oh my god, top 10, dude.
It is really good.
Oh yeah. My bad, my bad. And just the bicker and banters of everybody. That's my best moments. All right, we can go back to the soundtrack. My bad.
I think this soundtrack, like, it is like, it's not the Avengers theme, so that
No,
makes it stand out in your mind, whatever. But it
yeah.
sounds like an Avengers theme. Like,
It,
it's
it
so,
sounds it sounds more heroic and more epic, dude.
yes.
I,
In the earlier iterations, not the later iterations of the Avengers theme. But this one, like, it's so like bright and
yeah.
triumphant, and like whenever it like kicks in, it's just so good. Like,
Dun, 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 dun,
this
dun.
is one of my favorite
Just,
Marvel themes. Like, a lot of people probably don't recognize it because it's
it's
outshadowed
like
by the Avengers theme.
at first, at first you would like forget about it, but after hearing it in this movie, you feel heroic, dude.
Yeah, like you vibe with
Like
this one mega hard.
like imagine like when I walked out of Black Panther when I first saw it opening weekend, I felt like a king,
I
bro.
know,
And
cause
then imagine if I walked out of this movie feeling like an Avenger
you
myself.
just go in there. You got
Like
your
that's just
plastic Captain America shield toy that shot the little Nerf darts.
I still got that, bro. It's in the closet. You remember that shield? That shield
uh,
that I showed you guys on camera? That's what it is. But
I don't have
Oh,
mine
I've
anymore.
seen those
But
before.
yeah, you just be
yeah, but
swinging
actually
that.
mine shoot. Yeah, mine shoot the white discs though.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
mine
But
shoot the white
soundtrack in this
discs.
movie, it
Isn't
is
doesn't it have like a thing on the
great.
top that shoots?
Yeah,
I do love the soundtrack in this movie, and it is slept on by a lot. A lot of people probably, if someone came up to you and
exactly.
said, "Hey, what's the Avengers: Age of Ultron theme?" They would probably just see the Avengers theme. It is sad
Yeah,
because their hard
and
work doesn't really go remembered.
yeah,
I don't really.
what
You
you
can go.
gonna
You
say,
can go.
Davis?
You can go.
No,
You
it's
can go.
cool. Oh,
No,
okay.
you can go.
And I think the thing is with that, everybody just loves the Avengers theme so much, but they don't want to accept anything new.
I
Like
agree.
for this tone of this movie with new characters coming in, they have to have a more epic,
Yeah, they
more
had to change it
like
up
a
a little bit,
bigger theme.
and they still use it
And
in times. They,
exactly, and then even in the first Avengers, that theme was like a little bit slower. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Like that thing was a little bit slower. No, this one is fast. It picks
yeah,
up
it's
the pace.
fast,
It's
it's
louder.
upbeat,
It's bigger.
it's got build
It
up,
makes you
and then it'll just like pop off, and it's really
exactly. It
good.
makes you feel like an Avenger, dude. I
Mm-hmm.
want to. Like I just want to go to South Africa and destroy some stuff, man. That's what Avengers
I
do,
want to
right?
collapse a building on top of a busy city street. Hell yeah, dude.
Exactly, man. All right, go Davis.
You anything to
I
say
don't
about the
really know
soundtrack?
this one by heart. I don't know this one by heart, but
Mhm.
whenever I hear it, it just sounds like any other Avengers theme to me. I mean, it's still really good because all the Avengers
Mhm.
themes are amazing, but
Yeah, they're all distinct.
Yeah.
it
My bad.
definitely stands out through all the other ones. Um, that's pretty much it.
All right.
Okay. Very insightful comment. I will, think deeply about that. All right. Our next section. How does it fit into the
No, I see what
MCU?
you mean though.
Yeah, I do. I'm just
Oh
gonna say.
yeah, so much setup.
So
Yep,
much setup.
fits
A lot of people hate that, but I love it.
Me too.
right in the middle, right there, bro. Right
Yeah,
in the middle.
it sets up just enough stuff for the phase, but it is its own standalone thing. A lot of people have a
Yeah, I
problem with
mean,
setups, and I don't get that. Do you want to just like go blind into the next movie so you complain about being, well, where'd this come from? This wasn't set up.
exactly. And
Like, if they do set it
like,
up, you're gonna complain. If they don't set it up, you're gonna complain. There's no winning.
and and people got to think about this. The Phase One movies were so iconic because they set up the Avengers movies.
Exactly.
So when the Avengers came together, that was like the Avengers coming together. In this movie, we have their separate
Yeah,
stories. They have different
this is testing
ideologies
their
now. They've
bond.
grown,
Yeah, it's
and
basically like
then
saying that nothing set up this movie really, but
it's
this
blasphemy.
movie set up things.
I think this movie,
In
like the
front of
first
it.
Avenger, was about bringing these heroes together, and this one is seeing about how
It's about
well they can stay together. Can they
and yeah,
persevere?
exactly. They test exactly. That's what I'm saying. They test them.
Exactly.
Ultron tests the characters. Ultron and Scarlet Witch test the characters to
And this
see
really
how well
this
they can stay together under pressure and
yeah,
under
this
fear.
movie's really about them. Can they stay together when they need
Oh
to?
my god, bro. We just bro. We
Enlightened.
just uncovered the secret meaning of this movie.
Enlightened. God. That'd be a
I
perfect
feel like
clickbait
I feel like
title.
an Avenger,
The
dude.
secret, the
Listen to the
secret
theme.
intention of Avengers: Age of Ultron. God, this movie,
Jesus
I
Christ,
do
we
think
gotta make that video.
this movie fits super well into the MCU. It's a nice little. It's
Makes
what
so
an
much
Avengers
sense.
movie should be, closing out the
Yeah.
previous phase, starting up the next one. You know, you may disagree about that, but it's how I feel. I feel like this Ultron, even if
No,
you don't
no,
think
I'm
it's
with
the,
you.
oh, well, thank you. I think I think this is like turning the page to the next chapter of like where they start to introduce cosmic entities.
You lost me. You lost me
Yeah,
there.
okay, yeah, whatever. Whatever. All right, you have anything
But
to say?
nah, what
Didn't
I
think
just
so.
said, I feel enlightened. I feel enlightened.
Nah, but you know who makes me feel enlightened? Stan Lee.
Scarlet. Oh, yeah, Stan Lee, man.
Yeah, we're
Great
just gonna
stuff,
ignore
man.
that. Stanley.
You know,
Wait,
I
where was
rescued,
the Stan
dude.
Lee
I
cameo?
rescued him 16
Where
times
was
this
Stan-
week.
Oh
Dude.
yeah, he was the drunk dude. I like that. I kind of forgot about it for a sec.
Yeah, that's a
Excelsior.
nice cameo.
It is. It is one of the
Excelsior.
funnier.
Wait, how about his second cameo in Lego Avengers? That cameo was fire.
Actually, his second cameo was in Lego Marvel Superheroes in 2013.
Mhm.
Look,
Sit down.
Look.
but you haven't played superheroes yet, so that's why.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Figure that.
But God,
It's
dude, I
fun.
love the Stan Lee cameo. Every time I watch it, it always gets a laugh out of me. He
Yeah,
thinks
it's
he's
funny.
tough enough to
It's
drink
hilarious.
the godly ale that Thor's drinking. It's funny. It's really good.
And like, if this movie can make my mom laugh, then you know it's funny. Like, she laughed during this movie because we watched it a couple weeks ago. No, last month. We watched it last month.
I
And
feel
she really enjoyed this movie.
around this time is when people really start taking notice of Stan Lee, and like that's why he starts showing up for longer. And I love when Stan Lee shows up. Just reminds you that this is all because of him. And
well, and Steve Ditko and so many other artists and stuff.
yeah.
But yeah,
you get it.
he gets all the. And one of the things that I like about Stan Lee is that he's not. He's humble.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say he's not.
Everyone
humble.
treats
He's
him
humble.
as the face of Marvel. But
Yeah, like
will
he
always
created
credit
all of
his
these
success
characters.
to
He's
Jack
Stan
Kirby.
is a writer.
I think that's his name, Jack Kirby.
Yeah, Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko.
Mhm.
Those three people, they're the ones that are responsible for most of these characters.
I think Stan just takes it upon himself to be like the mascot.
Exactly.
And I think that's why
everyone's behind the scene. He's the face, and he's humble
really
about
like
it.
the soul of Marvel.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Stan.
And then I think Steve Ditko died before him.
Yeah.
Steve Ditko either died after him or
I think
before.
Jack Kirby did too.
Jack Kirby died a long time ago. No, Jack Kirby died a long time ago.
All right.
Like years before we were even thought of.
I hope they figure out a way to still make us remember Stan in those newer movies.
I would say CGI him in, but then that would a lot of fans are going to be
complain about like that's distasteful.
Yeah, exactly. That's disrespecting Stan Lee having a Stan, and I'm like, shut up! You got Stan back. Jesus
Why are you
Christ.
complaining? It'd be more disrespectful not to have him in his own creations. God. All right. What's next? Post-credit scene?
Yeah.
What was this post-credit scene? There was only one, right? It was Thanos getting the gauntlet.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like that was still mainly meant for comic fans, because it's someone like a lot of people don't really understand like the Infinity Stones at this point. If you're a casual moviegoer,
Yeah, I know.
And it's a little too early to be setting up Thanos, but it is good because it shows you that they have a plan.
Yeah, and I feel like in this movie, this is where we should have first seen Thanos in his front face, like full frontal front face, instead of Guardians.
He was too colorful, dude.
Yeah, but they was in the early stages
they were
of figuring out the shades
they were
of
limited
purple
by the technology of their time.
But no, yeah, you're capped because this movie had a way bigger budget than Infinity War.
Yeah, lie. No way.
But
I'll bet you another cent.
Go search.
That. I'll do it after this. We'll do it after
another
this.
cent. But I'm about to have 2 cents, bro.
Yeah, the post-credit scene. I don't know. I guess
It was one of the
it's
worst in my
there.
opinion. Cause
That's really all you can say. It's there.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All
No,
right,
yeah,
but
he
let's
got the gauntlet,
continue
and
with.
that's what my mom said. She was
Okay,
like,
nah,
"Now,
it's
how he
cool.
got the
No.
gauntlet?"
Yeah, it does make
Like,
sense. You remember
like,
Infinity
like
War.
that's all. Like, cause she saw Infinity War with me in theaters. She took me for my birthday, and then she saw Age of Ultron after Infinity War. She was like, "Now, how he got the gauntlet?" I was like, "Mom, this happened in
Yeah, I think they
2015.
retconned it.
Infinity War is 3 years later."
They
No,
probably. I think they retconned
I
it.
think what this is. I think what this is
Retcon. Yeah, that's what I
this
thought
no,
too.
this is the gauntlet that Eitri made, and it couldn't hold any other stones. It wouldn't work.
Okay, while you guys were talking about that,
What do you think? This is Mark 1?
Infinity War, was 316 million, and Age of Ultron is 365. Apparently,
Yep.
Age of Ultron is the second most expensive
Yep.
film ever made.
Dude, that was in the past, bro.
Justice
That's
Bro,
League.
you're running me dry,
Isn't
dude. I don't
Justice
got
League?
2 cents, bro.
I think
No, bro. I
that's
need
probably
my
from a
2
while
cents.
ago.
I ain't got 2
I think
cents.
no,
It's all
no.
good.
I think Justice League is number
You
one.
have to take these
Most
Corona
expensive.
cents. That's what you're getting. But
I don't. No, it's not. It's one of those old movies that was
all right,
number one.
should we
But
get into
even
our
then.
final section? Our newest
All right.
section.
What would you change? What would you change and what would you add?
Change. I think what I would change is I don't know if this like it counts, but I would set up the Bruce and Black Widow love story way earlier. It is or at least just do it better in this movie
Mm-hmm.
because it's like it really feels shoehorned in and it progresses way too fast. And something I would add, uh, actually no, scratch what I just said. What I would change, man, I would freaking keep Quicksilver alive. They did my man dirty.
Dude, you can have more than one thing.
Okay,
to
well, yeah,
change,
okay,
dude.
then yeah, keep Quicksilver alive because he's cool. And thing I'd add more Quicksilver scenes of the slow motion. I love scenes like that. All right, well, that's all I have to say about what I would change, Davis.
Fortnite. No, I'm joking. I don't know if I would add anything to this at all, really. I would actually, like, on a serious note, like more Quicksilver, because he wasn't like I don't think he had many lines compared to other people. I feel like he should have had more lines.
All right.
Well, okay.
Sterling?
So what I would change about this, I would take out that Bruce and Natasha storyline.
Yeah, that's
I would
reasonable.
probably change. Yeah,
And just put sex in there.
No, I'm done with that too much sex stuff, dude. No, I feel like they should have written it better. I would have taken out some of the setup stuff, like the Infinity War stuff. We don't need that. The Gauntlet and stuff. We don't need that because we already have the post credit scene of Thanos, so we don't need any of that. So that adds an extra. Yeah, that adds like an extra 6 minutes or so, and then I'll add some more Ultron in there.
Yeah, I agree. That's
I will add
reasonable.
some more Age of Ultron because I mean Age it could be any period of time. That's why a lot of people hate this movie is because
It's
it
called
didn't take
Age of Ultron. Yeah,
Yeah.
take it too literally. Is Infinity War infinite? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
sit down.
not.
God, people are stupid, but
Is Endgame an end and a game?
no,
Crappy, bro.
It's a game end.
All right, but
Exactly.
I've said all I need
I don't
to say
even-
about this movie. God, but
Yeah, so I would
forget
take out the Bruce and
T-
Natasha stuff.
almost forgot
Yeah.
tier ranking.
Yes.
I've been thinking about this ever since Guardians. No, sorry,
I've been thinking about this too.
You go first.
All right, I'm going first. So,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm thinking at this from a critical standpoint, if I'm thinking at this from a fan and what I would take out and what I would add in. Oh man, like I'm telling you guys, if I'm thinking of this as a critical standpoint, because I know it has its problems, it has a lot of problems, but you don't really see them as a fan. I'm gonna have to put this as C. If I was looking at it from a critical, if I was looking at it from a critical standpoint, but I had a good day today. I watched the Sean Chandler podcast. I had a good day. I saw the Avengers beta.
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun. It's been a good day.
Yeah, I saw the Avengers beta. We watched the movie together. That was incredible. That was just amazing time. So it got to go in A. But yeah, from like a fan standpoint and from my good day, I got to put it in
objectively. All right, me.
Yeah.
I was waiting for this movie since Guardians, and I was really debating. I don't know where I would put this movie because I really love it, but I do know it has problems. So
yeah,
I did change my mind. I don't think it's worthy of S tier. but it's too good to be in a B tier. So I'm gonna go with Sterling. I'm gonna put
No,
this right at A.
it's too good to be in a C or a D tier, dude.
It
I know a
is.
lot of people put it in C, but
Those
it
people are
can't go in
wrong.
C. Yeah.
Yeah,
What
I'm
about
putting
you,
A
Davis?
with
Because you put Guardians in B, Davis.
Yeah, I know.
This movie's better. This movie's
Now,
worse than Guardians. So.
what you all been waiting for?
Yes, I haven't really. But
I'll put this movie. Just listen.
yeah.
On D. If you know what D stands for, it stands for Daredevil because that's what it needs more. Okay. On a serious note, this is an A tier movie. It's an A tier movie.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's good. I have if I was watching this and I didn't even know all the negativity behind it, I wouldn't have noticed it.
I would think this is one
The
of the
only
best.
I
the
never
only
noticed
reason
any
why
negativity,
exactly
really.
the only reason why you notice negativity is because somebody it's because you
heard it
either
from someone
watched the
else.
reviews you either watched the reviews or
You saw
heard it from
like a
somebody
nasty
else.
comment. And I think just think for yourself when you watch this movie. Ignore all the critic sites, ignore all the comments. Just shut yourself off and watch this movie. And chances are you will probably enjoy it. This movie is so
Exactly.
good.
So good.
I'm wrapped up.
Like I know how you guys love of Iron Man 2. Like you guys said it was so good, like an A or a B or something like that. Dude,
S.
I'm right. You said it was an S.
You did not say it was S.
But
it was B.
I'm right along with you guys, dude, with this Age of Ultron thing. Age of Ultron get a really bad rep.
It does, and it's
But
sad.
it's A. Yeah, it's an A. Cause I know somebody they even put it it's 23 movies in their 23 movies ranking. It's not Sean, but in their 23 movies ranking, I think they had it in 17.
That's just
Sean Chandler.
It's not Sean.
Confirmed.
It's not Sean. Sean would have it at 15.
Shut up.
He wouldn't even have it at top 10, but he would have it at 15. But
this movie's rated way too low on a lot of people's list.
yeah, I always put it at top 10.
This is worse than Dark World. You are so unbelievably, undeniably wrong.
Yeah.
Objective.
Bro, it's like, dude, it's either this movie or Iron Man 3 that they hate. It's Iron Man 3, Iron Man 2, and Age of Ultron. Those three movies, those are the movies that people hate, dude. And I don't understand why. Except for Iron Man 2. I understand why. I hate them. It sucks. Movie sucks.
Is that
That's
it?
why Endgame's better than
We wrapped
Infinity
it up.
War.
Yeah, that's it, man. You want
What's
to
next
close
week?
this one out? You can
Next
close
week,
this
yeah,
one out.
I'll take this one.
Done.
All right, see you guys later. Nah, but seriously, this has been the regular podcast. You know, Age of Ultron was really good, and if you don't like it, just watch it again. And next week, episode
Eat my
12.
No,
shorts.
say the other thing.
Episode
If you don't
12.
like it, your opinion's wrong.
No, episode 12, Ant-Man.
If you don't like it, your
I love
opinion is
Ant-Man.
wrong.
If you think this movie's anything besides
I got some
great,
choice words for Ant-Man, dude.
Marvel fan.
Choice.
Yeah.
And guys,
some
If you
good
think
ones.
if you think this movie's trash,
the dude in the sheet with the shield is from Fortnite, dude. They put him in this movie. It's crazy. I don't know how they did it.
yeah, that's crazy, dude. On a budget of $3 million, wow, they did a lot with
Oh
that
no,
movie.
I also looked up the most expensive movie ever was Pirates of the Caribbean something.
All right,
yes.
Well, this has been the regular
Sounds right.
podcast. Be sure to
Oh
come
my
back
god,
next week.
dude. I got some choice words for
Or-
Ant-Man. I'm sorry for cutting you off. But I got some
Ant-Man?
choice words for
Yeah,
Ant-Man and Kevin Feige in general with Ant-Man, dude.
All right, we'll just
You're fired.
leave a like, subscribe, share this video around. We're trying to get above 21 subs. Please help us out, and we'll see you
Yeah.
guys next time with the regular podcast, Ant-Man.